There are certain things that you do that make people dislike you. Maybe you're bossy, or maybe you're always negative. Whatever it is, there are certain behaviors that will cause people to start avoiding you. Today, we will discuss the 12 most common things that make people despise you. If you can work on eliminating these from your behavior, you will be much more likable. Welcome to W&H Secret here on YouTube, where we give you all the wellness and health tips you need and more. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get the latest wellness and health tips. Firstly, we will talk about being late all the time. If you're always running late, people will start to dislike you. It's not just that you're inconveniencing them, but it also shows that you don't value their time. If you're constantly making other people wait, they'll eventually get fed up and stop wanting to spend time with you. There are a few things that you can do to fix this problem. First, try to be more aware of time. Make sure you leave yourself enough time to get ready so that you're not rushing out the door at the last minute. Second, try to be more punctual. If you say you're going to meet someone at a certain time, do your best to be there on time. Finally, if you find yourself running late, don't make excuses. Just apologize and try to make it up to the person you've inconvenienced. If you can follow these steps, you'll find that people will start to like you more. They'll appreciate your consideration for their time, and they won't mind spending time with you as much. So next time you're running late, remember, it's not just about being on time, it's about showing that you value the time of others. At number 2, we have nagging. People usually nag others about things that are important to them, but that might not be important to the person they're nagging. This can make the person feel like they're being berated for something they don't care about, which will likely make them dislike the nagger. It's important to be considerate of other people's time and patience and to only nag them about things that are truly important. Otherwise, you run the risk of coming across as a bothersome nuisance. The third thing we will look at is bragging. If you're always talking about how great you are, how much money you make, or how popular you are, people will start to dislike you. Nobody likes a bragger, and it's especially off-putting if you're constantly trying to one-up everyone around you. Try to be more humble and interested in others. Fourthly, we have the know-it-alls. There's nothing more frustrating than dealing with a know-it-all. You know the type. They're the ones who always have to be right and who make sure that everyone knows it. They love to hear themselves talk, and they're always ready to give their opinion on everything. Unfortunately, being a know-it-all is one of the quickest ways to make people dislike you. Nobody likes feeling like they're being talked down to or like they're not good enough. So if you want people to like you, it's best to avoid coming across as a know-it-all. At number 5, we have laziness. No one likes a lazy person. If you're always slacking off and not doing your fair share, people are going to start to dislike you. This is especially true if you're in a position of authority, like a manager or a supervisor. Your employees will quickly lose respect for you if they see that you're not putting in the same effort as them. So if you want to be liked by your coworkers, make sure that you're carrying your weight and doing your part. Pulling your own weight will make people respect and appreciate you, and it'll make them more likely to want to work with you. On the other hand, being lazy will only serve to alienate people and make them dislike you. So do yourself a favor and don't be lazy. Do people always criticize you for being lazy? Maybe it's time to make a change. If you're constantly being told that you're not working hard enough, it's probably because you're not. No one likes a slacker, so if you want people to start liking you, make sure that you're putting in the effort. Show your coworkers that you're just as dedicated as they are, and soon they'll start to see you in a better light. So get out there and start working hard. Let people know that you're not going to take their criticism lying down. You can do it. Next, we have number 6, and that is complaining all the time. Nobody likes a complainer. Constantly complaining about this, that, and the other thing is a surefire way to make people dislike you. It's not just that complainers are annoying to be around, they're also really depressing. No one wants to hear someone else constantly whining and moaning about how unfair life is. If you're unhappy with something, try to do something about it instead of just complaining all the time. Trust us, your friends will thank you for it. If you're finding that you can't stop complaining, there are a few things you can try. First, take a step back and try to look at the situation objectively. Is whatever you're complaining about really that bad? In most cases, it probably isn't. Second, try to find the silver lining in every situation. It might be hard, but if you can focus on the positive aspects of whatever is making you unhappy, it will be easier to cope with. Finally, don't hesitate to reach out to your friends and family for support. They'll be more than happy to help you through whatever is bothering you. At number 7, we have noisiness. Most people can deal with a little bit of noise, but there are some people who just love to make as much noise as possible, and it drives everyone else crazy. If you're one of those people, here are a few things you can try to do and be a little quieter. If you're watching TV or listening to music in a public place, wear headphones instead of blasting the sound through the speakers. When you're talking to someone, try to keep your voice down instead of yelling or speaking loudly. The 8th thing we will talk about is not being able to take a joke. Some people just can't take a joke. They get offended at the slightest thing and they just can't let it go. This is one of the things that can make people dislike you. If you can't take a joke, then people will think you're just too sensitive and they'll start to avoid you. So if you want to be liked by everyone, learn to take a joke. It'll make your life a lot easier and people will enjoy being around you more. Trust us, it's worth it. Bonus: if you can deliver a good comeback, that's even better. People love someone who can dish it out as well as they can take it. So work on your comebacks and you'll be sure to win people over in no time. Just don't get too carried away with it or you might end up making enemies instead of friends. That's not what we're going for here. At number 9, we have failing to keep your promises. If you constantly make promises and never follow through, people will start to dislike you. It doesn't matter how good your intentions are, if you can't keep your word, people will think less of you. This is especially true if you make promises that are important to the other person. For example, if you say you'll help someone with a project but never follow through, they'll start to wonder why they bother asking you for help in the first place. If you want people to like and trust you, it's important to be a person of your word. Make sure you only make promises that you know you can keep and always do your best to follow through on what you say you'll do. Otherwise, people will quickly learn that your word means nothing, and they'll start to distance themselves from you. And who wants that? Certainly not me. So let's try to be better at keeping our promises. The 10th item on our list is excessive negativity. One of the things that can make people dislike you is being excessively negative. If you're always complaining or pointing out the negatives, it can get old really fast. Try to focus on the positive aspect of things, and people will be more likely to enjoy spending time with you. At number 11, there is hypocrisy. One of the things that can really make people start to dislike you is if they feel like you're being a hypocrite. If you're constantly preaching about how important it is to be honest, and then they catch you in a lie, or if you're always telling them to be kind, and then they witness you being rude to someone, it's going to create a disconnect. People don't want to associate with hypocrites because it makes them feel icky. So try to be aware of the things you say and do, and make sure that they align. Otherwise, people might start writing you off as a phony. Finally, we come to the 12th thing that makes people dislike you, and that is gossiping and talking behind people's backs. This one is a bit more malicious. Gossiping about someone behind their back makes you seem untrustworthy and two-faced. It also makes it seem like you're not confident enough to say whatever it is you have to say to the person's face. No one wants to be friends with someone who talks about them behind their back. So try to avoid doing this as much as possible. And that's a wrap! We've discussed the 12 things that make people despise you. Do you face any challenges with being liked by others? How did you overcome this situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos about wellness and health.